coach, he doesn't feel like baseball where they're outside, but certainly getting into it here. What's the season been like so far for you?
It's been all right. I think we've accomplished about as much as we can in the dome right now. Had a few days out there on the turf, which is always nice to get outside, but so far the guys have been getting after it, trying to learn from at-bats and kind of simulating situations, but we've done a good job for the most part, kind of focusing on the task at hand, getting better each day.
What do you expect this weekend with the first series of your games? Didn't know much about Dixie or
Dixie's going to be a solid ball club. They always are. They're going to be tough. I think where we play them, it's going to be about their 12th games of the year. Billings, same thing. I think they're going to be on about game number 10 when we see them. So we're going to have to learn in a hurry. I guess the big thing I've been telling our guys is we're going to have to pay attention to detail. We're going to have to make sure we're learning from each other's at-bats, kind of trying to learn on the fly. It's something that other sports you don't really have to go through. Tough to say, if it's basketball, I'd compare it to maybe practicing on an 8-foot hoop or maybe with half a court and saying, all right, go get them. But, that's baseball up north, and it is what it is. So, we're going to try out different lineups, different pitchers, and kind of give everyone a shot. And, hopefully, like I said, we can kind of pay attention to detail, learn from our mistakes, learn what we're doing well, and learn on the fly. And we'll regroup, get back here for a couple weeks, and we'll be back in Tucson and right back at it again.
How much stock do you take into some of these games here this weekend when you're trying different lineups and that sort of thing? Is it more just a litmus test to see kind of where you're at, or how you approach it?
I think it's a bar. Obviously we want to go down there and win games. We're not going to go down there and just throw in the towel or anything. We want to go down there and win. But, if we go 6-0, are we going to, say, hey, that's awesome. We're a good ball club. Or whether we go 0-6, it's not going to matter, because when it comes down to it, we're looking for the conference games, and so we're trying to prepare ourselves for that. You'll throw a little bit of stock in it, but like I said, we'll learn from what we're struggling with a little bit or what we're not doing well, and and then we'll learn what we are doing well. Maybe we're better at a few things than we thought we might be. So there's all sorts of things we're going to find out down there, and I guess it's a bar. Here we are. It's our first test of the year, and that's going to kind of determine where we go after that.
Anything you're maybe excited to see in a live game situation, maybe part of your lineup or individual pitchers, or that you're kind of looking forward to seeing in a game setting?
Everything. I'm just looking forward to getting out there. I'm sure these guys are too. We try and simulate at-bats, everything we can do in the cages. The guys are getting cuts every day off our own pitchers, and I know our pitchers are excited to see other hitters other than our own guys. Our own hitters are excited to see other pitchers, and you get to know each other pretty well up there and who does what well, and it's a little bit different than game situations when you're seeing someone for the first time. So we're excited for that, and just excited to get out there in a competitive atmosphere in a game again, and and see where we are at. How are we going to handle this first test, and just the competition, seeing a new team out there come together as our team rather than maybe splitting your team in half and doing different drills like that. We get to all be one and come together and see where we're at.
You mentioned the conference does for any of you guys. Last year started to turn it on and fell just a little bit short of making that conference tournament. Do you feel like this is the year you guys can make that stride and take that step as a program?
Definitely, that's our goal. We want to keep getting better. I think we've been doing that the last couple of years, and we got a little bit different ball club this year. Last year we had a lot of older guys, a lot of junior college guys. This year we've got a lot of young guys that are going to be leaned on at times. Some of our most talented players right now on the team are freshmen, sophomores, and I think that doesn't necessarily speak about our older guys. I think that just says how good some of those guys are. We need to get off to a good start. We realize that. I think our goal is don't let weather play a factor. Don't worry about the other teams. We just got to come out and do what we do. We got to show up, have consistency. I think we play in a good conference like you do in every sport here with the Northern Sun, but we got to show up and bring it every day. We can't afford to have an off day or an off doubleheader or an off weekend. You just got to show up and play, because if we do have an off day or we don't feel good, it's going to get ugly in a hurry. It's not going to be a very fun weekend. So we just got to do what we can do and control everything and play one game at a time and go from there.
Yeah, I agree. Going off what Coach said, it was disappointing last year, coming up just short. But this year with the whole new team, with these new new young guys coming in, and they're meshing well with our older guys also. And we're gonna be a very scrappy ball club and more of a blue collar team, I'd say. You know, when we're used to playing in colder weather, and you know, we make the best of it.
Yeah, I agree with Keith. Like, this is my first year here, but this team meshes so well together. I'm excited to see what we can do this year.
You guys expect going to the dome and then going to outside and playing that sort of thing?
After my experience last year, it's a little bit tough. I mean, waking up 6 a.m. It's obviously a grind, but I'm glad that we do it. You know, when you get into a routine of getting set into that routine and working hard every morning, and then you have the opportunity to go play in a place like St. George or Arizona, and you know, playing in that beautiful weather for the first part of the season, you know, going to come out with a little bit more fire, and that's going to start our season on a good positive note.
It'll definitely be a different start than last year. I think last year we went out and played Wayne. It was both of our first games of the year, and up north, obviously, it's tough to get those games in. And, you know, now we're going against teams that, like I said, 10, 12 games under their belt. They've worked out some of those kinks. So, you know, that's going to be the big thing, just learning on the fly and being able to learn, being able to make adjustments. So it'll be different, but it'll be good. I think both programs are going to be very good, very, very good competition, good measuring sticks.
I know that practicing in the dome like this has made me just extra excited to get outside and just so ready for the season. I can't wait till this weekend.
You see like key contributors this year? Is anyone in particular stepping up? You mentioned some of the freshmen and sophomores that are obviously have a lot of talent. What are you kind of expecting there?
I think we've got a good mix. You know, you look on the mound. I think we've got several guys that played big parts last year. You know, number one guy on the mound right now that sticks out is probably Austin Zorn. We know what he's capable of. We know what he's going to do every game, and he's a pitcher who can easily roll through 6-7 innings, only be at 60 pitches when you look up. You know, he knows how to pitch, knows what it takes. And look at some of our returners like Keith or Nick Hammerl, Brad Rolfe, Paul Vogelsang, some of those guys, and you know, some of the newer guys. You've got Jordan Schulz here, transfer, Jared Young, Kyle Williamson. Several guys on the mound that redshirted last year, Lane Biggs, Wyatt Moore. We could go on and on and on, but I think those are a few of the guys.